We move on to our next project, which is adding a checkbox to a data grid view. So first, we get our skeleton, which is by double clicking on the form UI. So we move on to adding columns to the data grid view, which is data grid view one dot column count equals 2, which means the number of columns we want is 2. And the first column, which is data grid view one dot columns index 0 dot name equals ID, which means the name of the first column should be ID. And in programming, we count from 0, not 1. That's why the first index is 0. Data review 1 dot column 1 dot name equals name, which in the second column should have a name, which is name. So we move on to defining a variable which is being linked to the data view checkbox column class. And that variable is chk cool, which is shortcut for checkbox column. And its header text is what select, and its name is chk, which is short form for check. So data review dot column dot add chk column, which means we add a new column called chk column. We move on to adding our rules, which contain some dummy data to help us play with our projects. So data review one dot rules dot add a new rule which has values 1 John, and the values 1 corresponds to the ID and John corresponds to the name. Same applies to the 2 and Jane and the 3 and Do. So we move on to take a look at how our UI gives. We're downloading our UI. This is how it looks like. So we can check and uncheck, on and check, check. So this, we are done with the project, and thanks for your time.